Well, I sold my fiberglass helmet top last week. I did that because I wanted to build a custom top. And I have a pretty good idea of how I'm gonna, or I should say, I have a good idea of what I want. But I don't know yet if I have the tools to make it happen. Got a bunch of 1/4-inch aluminum, which would be great if I can get the bends in it that I need. And I assume that the 5052 is the type of aluminum, and I read that that aluminum's a little bit easier to bend than the T6, I think it's called. So I've been working on making a metal brake so I can try to bend it. The metal brake is 1/4-inch steel, and I'm hoping that this will hold up to trying to bend the 1/4-inch aluminum, which I don't know if it's going to. I might have to end up taking the aluminum somewhere and paying someone to bend it that has an industrial metal brake. So while it's just kind of sitting on here just so I can kind of get an idea of how I'm gonna make this work with as much simplicity as possible. And this is kind of what I'm thinking, which is what I've seen some other people do. So you have the curve here, and that curve is going to be extremely difficult to make happen with the aluminum, especially the 1/4-inch. So I've seen a lot of people run just angles, 45-degree angles or whatever the angle is. So what I'm thinking I'm going to do is imagine where this line straight up to here, where the natural curve of the door kind of curves up to, you know, right around here. We're just eyeballing it for the video. What I'm thinking I'm going to do is where that curves, let's say that the natural curve is right up to here. That's where I'll put my 45 bend in the aluminum. I'll have that 45 bend here. It'll come down. Maybe it'll be like a 30, whatever the degree is. I don't know, but you know how a lot of them, they come down, they bend down as kind of a rain guard over the door. Then what I'm going to do, I'm thinking, is I'm definitely going to be building a new front plate that's going to hold the windshield down, and it's also going to be the space, because the B pillar is about 3 inches taller than your window frame, and I'm thinking I'm going to be okay with having it set up so that it, you know, it's going to be about this tall in the front. So what I'll do is I'll cut a new piece that's going to go across the front. That's going to be the window, hold the window down, and it's going to have the additional height that's going to support the top piece. And then what I'll probably do is I'll probably braze a small lip on the front here, so that lip will sit flush against the piece that's going to hold it up taller. So that'll sit flush against there, and I can just run I'll probably just run some type of a gasket that is designed for a 1/4 inch lip. Put a gasket on top of the top plate. This will sit on the gasket, and then I'm going to get another piece that's going to, let me get I had a little bit of a mock-up that I made. Let me find that. You know, I was starting to do it with this piece of aluminum, and I was gonna wrap the aluminum, but I don't think that's gonna work. So what I'll do is I'm gonna get a piece that's gonna have a rivet nuts, so it'll bolt in and bolt out. And essentially what that's gonna do, that'll stay here permanent. It'll go up to the 45, and it'll sit against the top here, and then the actual top piece will fold over, and I can just put a weather strip. I can put a piece of weather stripping on the top here that this will sit on there, and this piece will stay here even if the top's off, and I can put a grab handle on the inside, and I'll do the same for the passenger door. And kind of how it's come along so far. The big difference that I'm going to do with this top is the top's going to be built in sections so that it can be easily removed by one person. And that's something that's important to me. I live somewhere where it's hot, and you want to be able to basically I'll have it set up so it'll be like kind of like a Jeep top, but even better, even more sections than a Jeep top. So you can take the driver's side panel off independent from the passenger side panel, and you can take the panel off for the rear seat driver and rear seat passenger, and then this back section is going to be a whole new idea once that gets going. So I want your guys' opinions on bending this 1/4 inch aluminum, and I've been saving links, watching videos on how other people have built theirs. Some things people did I didn't like so much. Other things were decent ideas. But I'm thinking, oh, and then the top plate that goes here will also, it's gonna come out at the 45 or whatever the angle is. So the top piece will come out. So actually, it'll just, instead of being round up here, it's gonna go to a 45, which will be easier to bend and get the proper bends in there. And I think that'll work okay. But anyway, let me get your opinions on what do you think. If you think anything's a good idea, bad idea, if you've done it, if you've had any issues. And I I can't do anything till I get this metal brake done, so I can start seeing if I can even bend this 1/4 inch stuff at all. I was able to get it for a good price. I got it for $2.36 a pound, which was in their like their quote unquote scrap bin, but they're large pieces. It was normally like $4.50 a pound. So I dropped a hefty dollar to get a bunch of pieces. I just decided to just buy them all instead of just buying a couple. I didn't know how often they have them, or the sizes are basically perfect for what I need. So I said, what the hell, and I just bought them. Hopefully everything will work out okay. It'll really suck if I find out I can't use them or anything like that. But live and learn. Thanks a lot.